This is Donnell and this is Monique. They are a happy couple from Philadelphia whose life is about to change. They recently signed up to the Netflix show How to Get Rich to find out why they are broke. If they don't find out, they will never be able to buy a house and their kids will never have a place they call home. But there's hope. Ramit Sethi, a personal finance guru and the host of the show, is going to help them overcome their 5 biggest money mistakes. But in the end, only Donnell and Monique will be able to find out the real reason behind their situation. Let's not take any longer and get into it. It's the first time they meet Ramit to discuss about their finances, but you can already feel a little discomfort in the air. It is not common for them to talk about money because they are afraid of what can come up. Until that moment, they had dealt with money separately. He had his accounts, she had her accounts. He had his debts, she had her debts. There is no joint account or transparency whatsoever, and that is their first mistake. As a first step, Ramit challenged them to define a rich life together, to talk about how they want their life to look like in the future, and to define which goals they really want to achieve. Once they talked about their financial situation and planned their rich life together, it felt like a burden being taken off. They felt light and were not scared to talk about money anymore. It was the beginning of a new life. Talking about money is a step most couples need, one that can be hard but will also be of great benefit. They are very excited about the future and ready to build their rich life. Ramit is asking some questions to help them build a plan, but he's already regretting it. He doesn't want to believe how many accounts they have. No more nor less than 15 checking and saving accounts. Why is he questioning? Because if the money is spread, it feels like we have more, said Donnell. Having too many accounts is their second mistake. How can they control their financial life if they have no idea how much money they have and where? Also, having these many accounts is damaging their credit card score, so the next assignment came right away, to close most of those accounts. Alright, rich life defined, accounts closed. What's next? Now it's time to talk about the biggest fear of every person, their debts. Like many Americans, Donnell and Monique have a huge amount of debt. Student loans, auto loan, credit card debt and even collections. They are starting to believe this is the reason why they are broke, but they couldn't be more wrong. You may think their mistake is to be in a lot of debt, but their real mistake is not having a plan to pay off that debt. So that's what Ramit suggested them to do next. However, not all debt is equal. Some have bigger interest than others. In their case, credit card debts and collections have way higher interest, so those ones are the first to go. The plan is simple. Every month when they receive their paycheck, they will put an X amount of money towards their debts. If they decide to put $500 a month, they can tackle those debts in just 2 years and 10 months. But if they decide to put $200 more every month, they can pay in 1 year and 10 months, and that will be a huge relief. Donnell is super excited with the plan, Monique not so much. By this moment, Ramit is so proud of their progress, but there is yet another thing to uncover that will make him go crazy. One of their expenses is the rent of a storage unit. They are storing stuff they want to keep, but also some they want to sell. Nothing wrong with that. However, he just opened the unit and the amount of stuff they have there is just insane. You can even see an old microwave there. Donnell's goal is to sell most of that stuff that can be worth like $2,000, but he didn't have the time yet. After some calculations, it is clear that keeping the stuff is costing them more than what they can get by selling it, and that is their fourth mistake. Ramit's suggestion is simple. They should sell the stuff fast and downsize to a smaller unit so they can keep the stuff they want. Everything else is either sold, given or trashed. This way they can save more each month and put that money towards their debt. Everything was great until Monique came home from work. She is furious. There are 2 Amazon packages at their door. Donnell has been shopping again. When Donnell was young, he was very poor. He grew up not having much, so now if he wants something and has the money for it, he's gonna get it. They came to a coffee house to discuss it, because now they talk about money. If you continue to spend as before, we will not be able to save enough money to buy a house, says Monique, angry. Unfortunately, Amazon was not the only problem. Donnell loves to play video games as a way of relaxing after his day of work. But those games usually require a purchase here and there to continue playing and improving. It adds up pretty quickly, and he confessed it can cost up to $600 a month. This purging habit is their fifth and last mistake. Donnell is almost crying. After all these years, he is the reason why they are broke. No, says Monique. In a moment of wisdom, she realizes why they are broke. We are in debt because from a young age we have handled our money wrong. And she couldn't be more right. This is the truth so many people run away from and refuse to admit. But only when you admit that you are doing things wrong, you can open up yourself to learn and to change. This conversation was a life-changing moment for them. They now realize they are in a position to reach their goals if they break their old habits. Instead of spending their money mindlessly, they are now thinking on spending on their goals. Donnell wisely knows that it takes time to break old habits, but it all starts by having a strong reason to break them. If you enjoyed the video, there will be more like this in the future, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Thank you for watching, see you on the next video.